there was this young lady, she was at Crawford Long Hospital. Maybe about a few years ago, and she was up on the 4th floor, and she was pregnant. And she went in for a regular checkup. And you know how pregnant women are. They go in with that wobble. That wobble. You know that wobble, right? The wobble. You know, the wobble. During her appointment, and all of a sudden, you know, the water broke. And so things sped up. Hey, doctor. Doctor checked real quick. Doctor said, you know what? The baby is coming. So they took her to the delivery room, right? Just go there with me on the 4th floor of Crawford Lawn. And this mother's up on the table. Take it! Take it out! You know? So out comes this baby, shiny black baby, you know. And so this mother, she's like, oh, look at my baby. Ooh, Sherman, you know, in the glove. So she's all excited. You ever cry? You ever been so happy that you cry? Well, this mother was so happy that she was crying. She was so happy. She's like, oh, thank God for my baby. At the same time that she was crying tears of joy, this same mother was crying tears of disappointment. On one hand, she's happy and crying tears of joy. At the very same time, she's crying tears of disappointment. Tears of regret. At the very same time she was happy, this mother was sad. Because she looked down at her new baby boy and realized that her baby boy was missing some of his fingers. That your baby boy missing some of his fingers. And this mother is like, oh my gosh, God, what happened? My mother's crying like, God, I'm sorry, what did I do wrong? My gosh, am I a bad mother? What did I do wrong, Jesus? And so she's happy on one end, but on the other end, she births a boy with 7.25 fingers. Now, you ask me, okay, Kantis, why did you pop us with the fingers? Why just pop the fingers on us like that? You know, I'm a cool little brother. I'm from Decatur, where it's greater. All right. I went to one of the popular high schools in Decatur. I won't tell you which one, but we had a pretty good band, okay? And this young man, I was a head drum major back in 1990-92. Played baseball. I was a pretty good student. Had a lot of great things going for me. You know, I was pretty good looking back then. All right. But you know what? I dealt with a few things. I dealt with insecurity and acceptance big time. Think about it, fellas. I mean, you're a cool dude. You play baseball. You're the head drum major. But you had issues, challenges, talking to the ladies. I mean, think about it, fellas. When was the last time you stepped to a woman with 7.25 fingers? I mean, fellas, think about it. I want to step to a young lady, and she's looking, she's like, ooh, oh, he got the cooties! He got the cooties! No, girl! No, that one right there, he got the cooties, girl. You'll be like, ooh, do the Heisman on him, right? It's like, girlfriend, what are you gonna do with that, right? I may take her out 4 or 5 times before I pop them fingers on her. You know what I'm saying? Look, you know, think about it. You just can't go around popping fingers on people. You see what I'm saying? You see how y'all, think about how you responded when I popped them fingers on you. I remember my very first game as drum major, standing in front of 30,000 people. It was time for that first song. Brought the band on my tongue. We played Olympic fanfare. Dun, 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 dun. Everything got slow motion. And everything kind of stopped. I'm like, what is that flapping in the air? Dun, 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 dun. Everything slowed down again. I'm like, again, what is that flapping in the air? Now, you know all good marching bands, they wear what? White gloves. So as I was directed, I'm like, what is that flapping in the air? I was like, oh, what's flapping in the air? You know my gloves, them fingers that were not there, they were just flapping in the air. And so that day, young people, everybody was like, Kantis, you the man, you rock. Oh, the band is the best in the land. I was like, no, he's not. But I went home. I went home that night. I sat on the side of the tub with my uniform on, and I was like, dude, everybody in the stands were talking about my fingers in my mind. But you know what I did? I got me some scissors, a needle and thread. I cut them fingers off and made me some custom-made gloves. You know what I'm saying? Bet you can't do it like me. What? All right, so. And the reason I tell you this is because for so long, on my internal iPod, every track said, Kantis, you can't do it. Kantis, they won't like you. Kantis, you will always come up short. That's what was on my internal iPod. You know how the iPod, it'll just play the songs over and over again until you change the track sometime? My iPod just played, Kantis, you can't do it. I mean, for years, I felt like my finger would stop me from being great. When I wanted to be on TV, I was thinking like, they're not gonna accept nobody with 7.25 fingers. But until I accepted my mess and realized that it was cool, TV companies started calling. When I would get on stage, I would be like, I wonder if the kids in the back are gonna talk about my finger. Until I turned my mess into my success and realized, you know what? I'm just like Nike. I got a brand. 7.25, man. All right.